What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another daily Manchester City transfer update. Remember, I am rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the whole January transfer window for you guys to stay up to date with here on YouTube every single day with all the latest City transfer content. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Now only 10 subscribers away from my aim of 33k. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. So, we've got no outs to speak about, so we're going to crack on and dive straight in with the ins. And we've got the very latest on Valentin Barco. Now, he's set to undergo a medical in Argentina, according to David Ornstein of The Athletic, to join Brighton and Hove Albion. He said that Manchester City decided to distance themselves from Valentin Barco in December. They were briefed by Boca Juniors that Brighton intend to activate his $10 million release clause, which has now happened. And as I said the other day, Manchester City, I can see, not being particularly interested in Valentin Barco right now. Maybe not the best place for his development, but at some point Manchester City will be looking for left-sided defenders and left-backs, and you suspect that that could happen in the next 12 to 24 months. And if Man City end up looking towards the Premier League, towards upcoming prospects and players that are doing very well, you can imagine and you can see Manchester City saying, do you know what, Brighton? We would like Valentin Barco, and we could have nabbed him here for $10 million. We're looking at just under £8 million. And I reckon in the next 12 to 24 months, his value is going to go up tenfold. I can see him being a player that's worth well over £50 million in the next 12 to 24 months. Very much another situation like Enzo Fernandez that we could have nabbed for less than £20 million. We didn't take up that option to bring him in from South America. Benfica did, and within 6 months, they could sell him on for a huge profit of €120 million. So I sense this might be another situation of that, and it's frustrating because City were so interested in Valentin Barco, but Manchester City decided actually they don't want to pursue that deal, and so Brighton will end up getting him instead. And if I'm being completely honest, I can't see City ever really going into negotiations with Brighton. They tend to just sell to the highest bidder rather than dealing with release clauses, so I'm not too sure I see Valentin Barco, certainly not in any time soon, becoming a Manchester City player, even after he joined Brighton. Anyway, moving on, we've got the very latest on Joshua Kimmich, and we just seem to be getting fed different information day after day after day. One day, I feel positive and think Manchester City may well be making a move, and the next day, I think City are distancing themselves here and aren't that keen, and I'm just trying to suss out what these links are and what this means for Manchester City. So, Sky Sports News have said that Paris Saint-Germain, they want Joshua Kimmich from Bayern Munich. Manchester City are already in the race for Kimmich. PSG, they want to sign Kimmich this month. Bayern have already said that he isn't going to be sold this month. And Manchester City apparently happy to wait until the summer to assess the possibility again about potentially making a move for Joshua Kimmich, as was reporting yesterday. The fee we're looking at is around £25 million. Now, Florian Plettenberg over in Germany has said that Paris Saint-Germain, they're happy to wait until the summer to try and sign him. They ideally would like him now, but they're happy to wait until the summer, as Joshua Kimmich is his wish. He wants to stay in Germany until the summer and then leave Bayern Munich with him having 1 year left on his contract. Now, Bayern Munich, keeping an eye on this, they're close to agreeing a deal to sign Mukiele from Paris Saint-Germain. Plettenberg has said that that deal, though, does not affect Joshua Kimmich. They're not linked. They're not involved with each other. It's going to be two separate deals, and PSG right now are working on Joshua Kimmich joining them. If it's not to be this month, then they're wanting that to be in the summer, and so Manchester City's name very much being put towards the back burner, which is what was reported on a couple of days ago. And then yesterday, I think actually it sounds more positive that City may make a move, and then another club comes along that are going to want to make a move. So again, as I always say with these transfers, I will keep my eyes and ears open with that. Now, moving on to the final transfer. Very interesting, this one. I want to speak about Khvicha, the winger over at Napoli. Now, he's back in the headlines after speaking about his future, and he has said that he will only leave Napoli for the biggest and best teams in the world and in Europe. Some names have been put out there which I found particularly interesting. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. They've all been mentioned. Now, Khvicha, before I even crack on with speaking about him and giving my thoughts, He's happy in Naples. He's happy at Napoli. However, if he does at any point want to leave Napoli, I would love to have Khvicha here. To me, I think he would be a fantastic replacement for Bernardo Silva. You're combining yourself a winger here who is capable of adding something to the Manchester City squad whilst not feeling too much of the impact of Bernardo Silva leaving. It's looking more and more likely that Phil Foden's going to be used in midfield, so it looks like we'll be needing another fantastic player to use out wide. We obviously bought Jeremy Doku in the summer, and Manchester City may want to angle towards that again, and having a nice, quick, pacey, direct winger in someone like Khvicha from Napoli. The only problem that I have with this transfer deal is how expensive the deal would be. There is a release clause. The last I heard was set at 120 million euros, and then it just kind of faded away from the headlines, and I've not really heard too much since. Do I see City paying 120 million euros? No. He might have signed a new deal since I've been reported on that, and he might have a new release clause. I'm not too sure. It's just something that's kind of come out in the last hour or two that I'm just getting my teeth into, but if the price was right, I can see Manchester City wanting to make a move, but we've dealt with Napoli before. Jorginho saga, Kalidou Koulibaly saga. Manchester City don't like dealing with Napoli, or more specifically, they don't like dealing with the sporting director, the guy that's in charge at Napoli. So I don't see Manchester City wanting to make a move for Khvicha unless there's a release clause and Man City are happy to pay that release clause. I don't think we're going to get drawn into a battle of negotiations. I don't think we're going to get drawn into a battle of wanting to make bids and not making bids and then making bids and then not making bids, etc., etc., which is what we saw a lot of with the Jorginho and Koulibaly saga. But I certainly think that it is worthwhile thinking about. And who knows, Man City, they may be able to accumulate, might have a little bit more money to be able to spend in the summer, that they might sit down and say, actually, the release clause is there and we are happy to pay that. It doesn't hurt to be interested, scout and find out the information. It will, of course, be Khvicha's camp that will feed that information to Manchester City. At the moment, all it is Khvicha, I feel like, putting some feelers out there of potentially leaving Napoli where he would like to go. And so it's up to the clubs now, then 4 clubs that have been named: Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester City. Do they want to send out any inquiries? And if they do, that shows that they are seriously interested in signing him. And then you've got all other kinds of hurdles, with one of the biggest being, of course, negotiations with Napoli, which I don't see Manchester City wanting to do unless they're happy to pay that release clause. But if anything does change, of course, I will keep you guys up to date with. And remember, Man City may not be too active in the January transfer window here, but Manchester City will be very active in the summer, and Man City will be putting their feelers out, and they will be trying to get as much of that business sorted right now, ready in time for the summer, that it's not as long and it's not as complicated. One mistake I feel like we made this summer was Man City dragging their heels too much when it came to the transfer deals, and that's because deals take weeks upon weeks to get completed. Prime example, of course, being that Joshua Kimmich situation. Man City never really chose to press the issue. As they started pressing from December of the year before into the January winter transfer window, they could have had all the stuff ready to be sorted, all the package sorted, ready for that, for the answer, verbal answers, of course, from his camp and, of course, from RB Leipzig as well. And the same said here for Khvicha if he does want to join Man City, and City do want to get him signed, and they are happy to pay a release clause, or Napoli are happy to negotiate and are happy to accept a bid, that Man City get everything and all the paperwork and everything already put in place while the window's open now, and it can carry on through February into March. You get everything all sorted. By the time May, June time comes along, it's very simple and straightforward, like it was with Erling Haaland, rather than leaving things to negotiations from June or July, because they then drag over and go into August, and you end up potentially missing out on targets or not signing as many players as what you wanted, which I think is what happened in the summer. So there we go. That has been today's transfer update. Do leave a thumbs up, 300 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Daily Manchester City transfer updates, of course, here on YouTube for you guys to look forward to. So do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on to be notified immediately for when I do upload. Social media links in the description too: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Go and check them out. Go and follow me on there. That would be fantastic. Also, don't forget, email in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I will see you again religiously tomorrow for another daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.